Hello guys, welcome to UI Infotech channel. So in this session I would like to explain loops. Okay, so we have different types of loops available in JavaScript. Okay, so that is while loop, while loop, do while loop, and we have for loop and for in loop, for of for out loop. Okay, so what is the loops? Loop is nothing but looping is a sequence of instruction, so that is continuously repeated until a certain condition is met. Okay, so loop is a continuous statement until unless the condition is true. Okay, so the below loops we are using, okay, based upon the conditions, so we'll get the output here. So first we will discuss about the for loop. Okay, so for loop, so we have basically the syntax will be like, let me go to this Visual Studio, so create a new file. Now I can save the file with for loop.html. Okay, so we'll discuss about for loop here. JavaScript loops, looping statements. So let me take style tag h1. I'm trying to give here background color and red, color white, padding 20 pixels. Okay, right click, open in default browser. Okay, now let me create here script tag. Okay, inside of script, so I'm going to explain here for loop. So for loop, so we will write the syntax like this. Okay, let me take multiple comments. So basically we will write for. So first thing is initialization. Okay, next we have condition. So second we will put the conditions in the for loop, and so after that, okay, so we have used increment or decrement here. Okay, and followed by block here. And we may write here the statements, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, like this. Okay, and in for loop, so first is initialization. Okay, initialization, if any, so the expression usually initialize one or more loop counters. Okay, so like you can the syntax can allow the expressions. Okay, and we will declare the variables, will initialize the value for these variables, so those comes under the initialization part. Okay, so next we have conditions here. This condition expressions is evaluated that. Okay, so condition is says that whether the true, okay, the loop statement can execute. Whether the condition is false, the loop condition getting failed here. Okay, and otherwise the for loop will be terminated if the condition is false. Okay, so next thing is to will use this increment and decrement operator. So in order to increment the values and in order to decrement the values, we will use this increment decrement operator in for loop. Okay, and let me take here some example for loop. Okay, let me create here for I'll initialize this value here. Let num equal to 0. Okay, I have initialization this number as 0. Okay, so next I'm taking here num less than 5. Okay, and I may increment this one num plus plus. Okay, and inside of, let me take here the statement, so it will run 5 times the with the value of 0 to through 4. Okay, so basically the statement run 5 times. Okay, so with the value of 0 to 4. Okay, with the value of num is 0 to 4. So we will write here the output statement console.log. Okay, so we'll print some message here. Walking west one step. Okay, so I'll print this message. Okay, 4 times. Let me go to this browser, trailer this page, right click, go to this inspect. Okay, click on this console. See, we have walking west one step. Okay, and so I want to print some numbers here. Okay, suppose I'm taking here so next I want to print here some numbers. Okay, so let I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 10. So I want to print these numbers here 1 to 9, 0 to 9. Okay, so here I am taking I plus plus. Okay, so I may take here console.log. Console.log. Okay, I want to print this I value here. Now the I will be print from 0 to 9 values. Let me go to this, just reload this page. Set print here 0 to 9. So like we will use here the for loop. Okay, so for you can also take a different examples. Okay, like let me take one more example. Let me take an array here. Okay, so here I'm taking one array, constant fruit names, fruits equal to. Okay, so I created one array here. So for this inside of array I'm taking banana, apple, banana, apple, and let me take your grapes, kiwi, and let me take mango. Okay, and let me take one more example. orange. Okay, so here I'm creating one array here. Okay, so creating a normal array with that. Okay, so with the help of for loop, so I may print this values here. So let me take here, so I'm taking here one an empty variable here. Okay, so I'm declaring one empty variable with the fruits. Let fruits name equal to, so I'm taking here an empty variable. Now let me take here for loop. So inside of for loop, I may take here, let j equal to 0, j equal to 0. Okay, j less than or equal to, okay, we may take here fruits dot length property. So I'm taking here fruits dot length. So let me take here j plus plus. Now, so inside of a block, okay, so we are taking this fruits name variable, right? So I may assign this one. Okay, so I may take here, okay, addition assignment operator. Assigning here the fruits, okay, and inside of, let me take here j value. Now I want to print here line by line. Okay, so may take here escaping characters n. Okay, now let me print this one on the browser. So in order to print this one, let me take here console.log fruits name. Okay, so let me print this one on the browser. Go to this browser, just reload this page. Okay, see, so it will print the values here. Okay, and see, I'll cut this one, I'll paste it below here. Let me check this one. Okay, so we'll print this values here. Okay, so you can print inside of this for loop. It is also executed. So how many number of arrays is it? Like indexes 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, we have a 6 here, so it will execute 6 times here. If you place inside a console log statement, so I'll place outside of this one. Now we'll print this values here using arrays. Okay, now this is a general for loop. We may print the values, and this, okay, this is also the same thing. You can print the values using a for loop. Okay, so like we'll use this for loops here, and we can also make here, so especially in for loop. Okay, so you can also make multiple for loops here. Okay, so how to assign this multiple variables for the for loop? Okay, so assign here multiple variables. Okay, for multiple variables, I may take here for let x equal to 0, okay, comma y equal to 5. Okay, and I may take x less than 5. Okay, next, so I may take here x plus comma y minus minus. So I'm taking here, one is increment, another one is a decrement here. Now let me print these two values here. Okay, console dot log. Okay, so I may take here x plus and y value. So y value. Okay, and let me go to this browser, let's reload this page. So print these values like this. Okay, and we may also print here nested for loops. Okay, for nested for loops, let for loop, let a equal to 1. Okay, a less than or equal to 4, a plus plus. Okay, this is a for loop I have. Okay, inside of for loop, let me create one more nested for loop. Nested for loop. For nested for loop, again you can take one more for loop here inside of for loop. So in for loop, let b equal to 1. Okay, so b less than 4, b have incremented here value. Now let me print these values. Console.log. Okay, so I may take here I I may take here a plus, I want some gap here. Okay, so let me take here b value also. Next, so I need in second line. Okay, so let me take here console.log. So I'm taking here an escaping character /n. Okay, now let me print this one on the browser. So go to this browser, just reload this page. See, I may print these values. Okay, so like we can create here a nested for loops. Okay, so that's about this for loops in JavaScript.